What is up, guys? Welcome back to Above Average. My name is Trevor. I'm sorry I've been gone the last few days, but yeah, I've been pretty busy. But we got a lot to talk about. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to like. That is the best way of showing your support. But with that being said, let's just hop right into it. So yeah, as I said, I've been really busy the last few days, but there's a lot that's been going on, and I'm kind of excited to talk about this. First off, the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about is Darnell Nurse's new contract extension with Edmonton Oilers. As some of you know, I'm a huge Oilers fan, and when I found this out, I was actually floating down a river, so that was kind of funny. But yeah, so this is insane. So it doesn't even matter what the Oilers do nowadays; they're always going to get crapped on. You know, if we sign Darnell Nurse $9.25 million, they're going to be like, you know, haters are going to be like, oh, you know, you paid too much. But if we jip him and say we offered him 7, maybe 8, and he walks, we'll get crapped on for saying, oh, the Oilers are so stupid. They didn't like give him an extra $1 million, because that's exactly what happened with Larson. So first and foremost, I'm ranting about that because it doesn't matter what we do. If we sign this guy, it's an overpay. If we don't sign him, we're gonna get shit on for essentially because we gypped him, you know, and it's like, that's besides the point. I just want to get that off my chest because it's annoying. Like literally, it doesn't matter what we do. There's no win-win from this. If we don't, you know, give him this money, he's going to walk away, and we're going to get told we're idiots for not, you know, going $1 million up. But if we do pay what we do, we're overpaying. So I just wanted to say that because that's super annoying. But besides the point, you know, I'm an Oilers fan. I'm really not like I try to be non-biased as all times. I love looking at perspectives. You know, I got a lot of Flames fans or Flames friends, and you know, I'm always asking them questions. You know, what do you think about this Oiler? You know, and you know, it's always interesting hearing from other people's perspectives on things. But so first and foremost, do I think Darnell Nurse is a $9.25 million defenseman? No, I don't. But like one thing a lot of people are forgetting about, look at all the signings that happened. Like literally less than a month ago, you had Miro Heiskanen cashing in at the beginning of the summer. Cale Makar, he just signed a pretty good contract. Zach Werenski at 9.5, Dougie Hamilton, and Seth Jones. Like literally, Ken Holland had no wiggle room. Like he's not going to be like, oh, you know, I can give you 7. Darnell Nurse is going to be like, well, these guys just got this, you know, and you know, is he as good as some of those guys? No, but I mean, there's certain things Nurse brings to the table that the Oilers haven't had in so long. Like he's like a less aggressive Chris Pronger is like the best way. You know, he chips in offensively. He led all defensemen in scoring like for goals last year, which is huge, and he wasn't even on the power play. He's such a shifty skater. He's physical. Like I don't know why people are crapping on this contract so much. Yes, it is an overpay, but you're not gonna not sign him and have him walk. Like that's what. Like I don't get them. Like it's annoying. Yes, we did pay, you know, we got like $30 million in like 3 players right now. That's obviously not ideal, but it's like you don't want this guy to walk. So that's my little rant on it. Darnell Nurse brings so much. He's a workhorse. People are already forgetting that he clocked in like 60 minutes in a game this year. Yes, it did go into triple overtime, but he played like 15 minutes in a period. So like, I don't know. I think, you know, there's a lot of people that are hating on this contract. Like, oh, he's not better than Makar. I'm like, no, he's not. But Makar, like, once his contract ends, that's going to be, he's probably going to get paid like a $12 million deal. So that's my thought on the whole thing. And it's great. This is like this is like the Oilers fan coming out of me. But like, we haven't had, you know, just Nuge. He's committing. The Edmonton Oilers have never had a player to get drafted and to play the rest of their career in Edmonton. Not once, you know. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is on track to be the first player to ever do that, and following suit is Darnell Nurse. He's been in Oilers since day one, and he just signed 8 years, so that's great. You want to see that, like, you know, if you're cheering for a team, obviously you want to see players committing to a team, you know. That's obviously intriguing. You know, McDavid's going to be like, oh, like my boy Nurse signed, so that's great. You know, I got to be happy about that. Same with Draisaitl. Like, and you know, at the end of the day, like this core, they need to stick together, and they you know, the longer they're together, you know, the more they want to win. And I don't know. It's just, I think this is a great signing. Yes, it is over, but I mean, that's NHL right now. That's like literally Ken Holland had no cards. You know, that he could play. Like Darnell Nurse had all the cards in his hands, and his agent, of course. But like, I don't know. I'm curious to know some of your guys' thoughts. Like, obviously, This is just my opinion, and I know a lot of people are really dissing on this contract, saying, I read comments like, and I've heard people tell me it's the worst contract in the NHL. It is not the worst contract, not even close. Like, he's still young. We're gonna use, this contract's gonna be done when he's 35. Like, that, like, just, like, that's perfect, you know, that's, by then he'll be on the decline. You know, you've seen it, Mark Giordano, he just had his best year was when he was like 35. So, and Darnell Nurse, you know, the whole Nurse family, for Pete's sakes, they're like athletes. They're insane athletes. Like, there's no way I see him going down. I see it going up. So that's my little rant. I've been seeing so much stuff about that lately, and I wanted to clear the air because it is ridiculous. He is a stud, and I'm so happy to have him on board the Edmonton Oilers for like the next 9 years, I guess. So it's great. To everyone hating on it, just don't. Like, there's Jeff Skinner getting paid $8 million. He had like 2 goals last year. There's Erik Karlsson. He's like the highest paid defenseman next season. And like, I would way rather have Nurse. So yeah, so that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now that that's out of the way, I just had to get that off my chest. But this is huge. Team Canada announces coaching staff for the 2022 Olympics set in
China.
That's going to be great. You know, there's one thing I love. Like, I love the Olympics. You know, I was kind of just talking about the Summer Olympics, but the Winter Olympics. I mean, you know, we're Canadian. We destroy in the Winter Olympics, and it sucks that the last time NHL players were allowed in the Olympics was 2014. Like, I was still in high school then. Like, that's crazy to me. But yeah, this is great. So they announced the coaching staff. Head coach will be Jon Cooper. He's just coming off back-to-back championships with Tampa Bay Lightning. That's a great story in and of itself for you know, some people that don't know about Jon Cooper. He actually first started working at Wall Street. He then went to law school and became a defense attorney. And he didn't actually end up coaching for a few years, and after he was an attorney, and eventually when he did begin coaching, it wasn't for a junior team or anything like that. It was a high school team, and then he just right from the get-go he took a lot of teams championships, and now he's in the Tampa Bay Lightning, coming off back-to-back championships with them. So really cool story. Jon Cooper, just super well-respected guy around the league, and what a good guy. Like, he's kind of a stud, and he's going to be coaching Team Canada. I think that is going to be perfect for them. It's the perfect fit. I could not, like, he's easily, I think he's either number 1 or number 2 and for coaches in the whole NHL. And the other guy who I think is 1 or 2 is also for Team Canada. So he will be accompanied by assistant coaches Bruce Cassidy for Boston Bruins, Pete DeBoer, who's, you know, he's okay. Bruce Cassidy's also really good. Like, those are 2 solid coaches. And Pete DeBoer, obviously, for the Vegas Golden Knights. But then in Barry, we Trotz. I love that. We got Barry Trotz and Jon Cooper. Like, those 2, like, just by themselves, I think could be coaching Team Canada. I love it. It's so exciting to see. Canada's just so deep in hockey. We've got the deepest like coaches, if that makes sense. Like, it's just so good. Like, I love seeing that. It's music to my ears. When I woke up, I was like, This is great. It just put a smile on my face. Great way to wake up on a Monday for sure. But a lot of these teams, or a lot of those coaches for those, you know, they're all coaching really, really good teams. So that's one thing I like about it. You know, they're pretty proven, you know, coaches. So it's sweet to see. I think they're all going to click. Yeah. So that's pretty well it. Just going to do a quick little recap on what happened this last weekend. Looks like Connor McDavid was having a few too many. He was out partying, which is a first, but you know, it's good to see. I get worried that he doesn't live a little. He's just focused on hockey, so it's good to see him. He was on Boots and Hearts, wherever that is. I don't know. It's a country thing, I think. And yep, good for Connor. He was out partying with Brett Kissel, so good to see. Brett Kissel's also a huge Oilers fan. Shout out Brett Kissel. The Blue Jays, they beat the Red Sox in their series. 3 games to 4. That was also great. Thank you, George Springer. You know, I got one particular Red Sox fan, and I know he wasn't happy about that. So, or Red Sox friend, I should say. So that was great. Also in the news, this day back in 1988, the Edmonton Oilers did the unthinkable and traded Wayne Gretzky to the Los Angeles Kings. It's hard to think, like, the 1988, that's crazy. This day, like, I'm so happy I was not born then. I couldn't imagine, like I was broken when the Oilers traded Taylor Hall, and so like I couldn't imagine what it was like getting Wayne Gretzky traded. So yeah, I thought that was interesting, and just wanted to share that with you guys. But we've also got some signings as well. This is pretty neat. Igor Shesterkin for the New York Rangers signs a 4-year deal, 5.65 AAV with the Rangers. Yeah, I think all three of these goalies, actually, they're all goalies, the signings today. Ilya Samsonov signs a 1-year deal at $2 million AAV, which is pretty solid. And then Carter Hart commits to Philly for 3 more years with an AAV of $3.979 million. I see what you did there, because his number is 79, so he wanted to, I guess, incorporate that with his contracts, which a lot of players are doing that nowadays, so kind of neat. But yeah, all three of these goalies, I think, you know, that's going to be the future of their respective teams. Samsonov, Shesterkin as well, like he actually, they're all going to be really good goalies, I think, like the next, well, and they're pretty good goalies right now. So Carter Hart had a you know, not the best year. He'll probably bounce back next year, so that'll be good to see. And yeah, so congrats to all those goalies getting some money. They got paid today. One last thing, wanted to say congratulations to all the athletes in this year's Olympics, especially the Canadian athletes. This was a first, like, or a year or an Olympics of so many firsts. You know, we had first in gold. That was great. We broke a record in the triathlon. I think that's what that was. So that's great. And then obviously Andre DeGrasse with his unbelievable 200-meter sprint got the gold, first Canadian since 1928. So yeah, just insane. So shout out to all the athletes, especially the Canadians. This was their best Summer Olympics ever for Canada, and makes me proud to be Canadian. So that is great, and yeah, I'm very happy about that. So right on. That's all I got for this video. I just wanted to make a quick little video. If you're new to the channel, if you like sports, leave us a like. Subscribe, it helps us out, and yeah, just thank you for watching, everyone, and keep them coming, and yeah, I'll probably get another video sometime this week, so I'll see you then, and take her easy and stay safe. Have a good one, guys.